Hello everyone and welcome. We are here, we are live, we are ready to go, and we are back again in Kerbal Space Program hardcore mode. This is the I'm playing basically a stock game, but with on the hard difficulty, which means amongst other things no quick saves and no reverts. And I've also turned the science gathering rate down to 30% of normal. And what's going on right now is we are aboard the Cerberus here with Taborn, Fuzzy One, Lemmet, and Cabot on their way to actually an inclination change burn of 142 meters per second coming up in about just under an hour. This is to change it so that they'll match the inclination of this space station that they're on their way from. These folks have been at the moon for years, I think, gathering science for me, and I'm just right now in the process of bringing everybody home and bringing in all of that sweet science. So these folks have a little bit of science, but even more science is being carried aboard the Ares over here, the Eco-07 Ares. They have just gotten back into Kerbin's SOI from Gilly. And they've been transmitting a ton of science, they've been processing a ton of science on the lab that is with them, and we're in the process of aerobraking them as well. In fact, they must have an inclination change coming up too. Here we go, we have a maneuver coming. Oh, this is, let me look at the alarms here. We have a maneuver coming up for the Cerberus, that's coming up in about 51 minutes, and then we have a maneuver coming up in 6 days for these guys, which must be another inclination change, and they are trying to rendezvous with the KSV-C5-01 Horizon spacecraft. This is my fairly low-tech space plane. That's what got them into orbit. They're trying to get back to it so that they can ride that back down. I'm hoping all of that makes sense. So a lot of coming down, a lot of science coming in today, and then it's going to be about deciding what it is to do with all of that science. But before we get on with any of that stuff, I do always like to take a moment at the beginning of this to welcome aboard any of my most recent YouTube members or Patreon patrons, just in a bit of recognition of those that support this channel directly. So welcome aboard Sean Carey, who just joined us as a Patreon patron. Thank you very much for your support, and of course thank you to all of those who directly support this channel, or even indirectly support this channel through participating in the chat or commenting down below and all of that stuff, just to feed the algorithm. Anyway, yeah, let's get going with this. So hello, Sweet Cat, you just joined us there in the chat too, I see. Okay, let's just time warp to this maneuver. It's a 13-second burn, so I think I can just, oh, that's the alarm going off first. Oh, you just gotten rid of that. I think that was there mostly just to remind me to do it. Okay, delete and close, and now let's get to that one. And we've been aerobraking as well, so using Kerbin's atmosphere to slow the vessel down rather than retrograde burns, because that saves us a ton of fuel. And these guys must have, do they have science aboard? Oh yeah, I got stored data aboard here too. Lots of science, can't forget it. Okay. Actually, there's nothing too precise about this burn, so I don't have to wait till exactly 0 to do it. Let's just do it right now. No rush. Hello, Alex. Welcome. Alex B. Trying to form the burn as precisely as I can. I got a feeling these folks might like pretty much get this all done before the other, like they're 6 days away. They're on this big, the other ship is on this big elliptical orbit. They're 6 days away from doing their inclination change. How are we doing here? Ah, that's an inclination difference of 0. That I like. My periapsis is 45 kilometers, so that's nice in the atmosphere. Should be a nice comfortable ride. I do have Trajectories installed here somewhere. This one. Make sure that's on retrograde, and then we'll just turn that on. There we go. And so that's predicting where my next path is. Each time I want to bring my orbit down, but obviously I don't want to bring it down into the atmosphere. We are going to be hitting said atmosphere in about an hour and 38 minutes. Still a long way off, so get ready to do us some aerobraking right now. Put this on free. Where are we? There we go. Get ready as well to retract these antennas. That's one of the things I want. I still only have a tier 2 VAB, so that's one of the things I want to kind of explore, is being able to set up some proper action groups. Okay, getting in close. We can set this up. Okay, let's just retract antenna. Close the service bay doors. Put this on retrograde, put that on surface. Not that there's a huge difference between the surface retrograde vector, oh, that's the target, and the orbital retrograde vector, but you want them, I think, on the surface because that orients them through the atmosphere going retrograde. There's no angle of attack that way. And I have installed in the interim, since last week, the Reentry particle effects mod. Firefly is still installed, so we should still get all of those wonderful Firefly colors. But somebody recommended you could still have that Reentry particle effects mod. That's a very light mod. It actually just turns on something that the stock developers put together, but then took out of the game for whatever reason. But all of the mechanics of that is still there. So we should see these two work together. I never thought about them working together before. So what we're seeing now is coming from Firefly, and you'll see a nice glow and bow shot coming from Firefly. But we should also be seeing some sort of a particle trail coming off the back. And that should be coming from the particle. There it is. That is Reentry particle effect. So you get this nice kind of comet thing going. I like it. What's really fun about the particle effects one is that it works really well on stuff you might be ditching, like service modules and that kind of stuff, and you can see like these blazing comets going off in the background. That's not the situation here, but they kind of look good together. I don't know. You can be the judge if this is a little much. Not. More the merrier, I think. All right, what are we at here? We're 16 seconds away from our periapsis, which will be the lowest point in the atmosphere. Not even seeing any heat bars or anything, so everything's doing fine. It looks weird if you deorbit a big craft. You know, I might be doing that a little bit later, because one of the things I was toying with was I do have an old Kerbal space station. That's where this is heading towards, so we'll be seeing it in a little bit. And I'll be unlocking a lot of new tech nodes, and one of the things I am thinking about is just flat out retiring vessels like this, deorbiting the old space station, getting in all the nice new parts, and start building something new, putting in new infrastructure. We'll see. So maybe I will be deorbiting something big, or relatively big, pretty soon. Hello, Bruno. Good to see you. And Oliver. I think it looks pretty good. Okay, we are on our way back up and out of the atmosphere. I can do a bit of time warping, too. There's no reason to let this linger. Okay, periapsis is now down to a little under 1,300 kilometers. Okay, so let's see. I'm just looking at Trajectories' next prediction, this orbit here. I think I'm just going to let this ride around it's nice to sort of look at that before I start opening doors and all this stuff. Like, for instance, if I open this and extend the antenna, Trajectories will calculate the drag due to this. In fact, there's a lot of drag associated with the doors. A lot of people kind of use that to their advantage sometimes. But notice now the orbit's lower, but that's not what we're going to end up with, so I'm not going to worry about that. Okay, put this back onto the normal vector. And we're going to come back around in about an hour and 16 minutes, so let's do that. And same process. Retracting antennas, closing service bay doors. We're on retrograde, bleeding off a bit more speed. And this time I think I'll keep the time warp going all the way through this. Just to kind of speed this up. Gets a little repetitive. This ship is not designed, just in case it isn't clear, this ship is definitely not designed to land back down on the surface. I'm not even sure if they all have parachutes. I often forget them. Look at the... No, some of them don't. No, 2 of them don't even have parachutes. Oh, wait a minute. Wait, who doesn't have a... How come it only shows 3 here? Oh, well. But there's definitely some people that don't even have parachutes, so if this went bad, they'll have to fight over them. Alright, Appalaps is down to 800 kilometers and still going down. Still not at... Oh no, we're going back up. We have definitely passed periapsis. Sorry, I'm being... How do I get first science in RP1? I'm sorry, Bruno, I'm not quite sure what we're referring to here. Is that a mod first science, or are you just talking about getting your first sciences in RP1? In order to get science in RP1, you have to get over 40 kilometers before you get the opportunity for science. They took away all the surface stuff because they're mean like that. Alright, just about out here. But this is not RP1, this is the stock game. Now we can see here that if I were to ride around again, I would enter into the atmosphere here. That's this red line. And we would impact with the surface right about there. That is clearly not what we're going to want to do. So let's get ourselves up. I do think I want to get this apoapsis down a little lower. I'm not going to do this with a maneuver. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to time warp up here. Keep an eye on electricity because I'm keeping everything... Oh, we're fine. And we're just going to raise our periapsis. We'll do this manual-like. So I want to get my apoapsis... What's this at? This is 121 kilometers. I don't know, like about 200 or so. And then we'll start to facilitate ourselves a rendezvous. Okay, we're about 50 seconds from... apoapsis. Let's just get a little closer. So this little maneuver, just going to do a little burn. Just raise this up so that we don't crash into the surface. Because that wouldn't be fun. You might find it fun, but certainly our Kerbals wouldn't find it. Whoa, whoa. That probably might be good enough right there. That's 120. Yeah, let's go with that. We'll ride that around. If you're doing this in a regular game, you'd probably want a quick save at this point. Excuse me. Just in case things do go wrong, but... Yeah, it is a little mean in RP1 how they took away all of the flying low science is all gone. You have to, there's no easy science. Oop, how about putting this onto here? Alright, this should be the last pass for these folks. Still 2 days away from their burn, so for the Ares. All right, but a minute and a half away from our periapsis. And I want to keep an eye on this apoapsis. I don't want it to get... If somehow I miscalculated this, or Trajectories miscalculated this, I'm going to have to find some way to spin around and burn prograde if this suddenly starts getting close to going into the atmosphere. But I don't think it will. I think we're fine. 400 kilometers on the apoapsis, and we are now going back up. Not a lot of drama with that pass. That is now 300 kilometers. You can see now coming down nicely. I don't think I need trajectories anymore. We'll turn that off. And we'll see if we can get ourselves to that station. And they have a ride to get them down to the surface dock with the station, and I'm pretty sure it's pretty low tech. It's been sitting there for a long time. Okay, that's us out of the atmosphere. Open, extend, extend for the last time. And... okay, so we want to get ourselves to here. Step one in all this is raising up our periapsis so that it is not only out of the atmosphere, but at the altitude of our target. So we'll just go like so. Let me get rid of the planes orbit. That's just complicating things. So this is 119.2, something like that. And this is what I always use as a judge, is I look for that orange close encounter indicator, and if I can get that right around where the PE is, I would assume that those two orbits are meeting right there. That's going to be my assumption anyway. Whether it's right or not, I don't know. We're going to lower down the thrust limiter a little bit, because I noticed this was just an itsy bitsy little burn. Get up there. Where are we in terms of progression? I would say mid-tier. I'm not quite sure how clear that is. We're definitely not too far in. Like, I set the science progression at 30% normal, so we were progressing really slowly. But right now, there is... oh my gosh, there's almost 9,000 science in there right now. I've been losing track. So we're going to be making a lot of progress. This is all coming back from my Gilly mission, and these guys are carrying some science, and my people coming back from Gilly are carrying some science, so we're going to see quite a ways in. It's like, you know, this guy's got a Terrier engine on the back. I mean, that should sort of say a lot right there. Trying to remember what... I have gotten the main sails unlocked. I think that's about the most high-tech thing I have. All right, 3 and 2 and 1 and go. Definitely just lock this to prograde. That's probably pretty good, I would think. Yeah. Okay, so now you can see we're coming around, but we're going to be missing the station by quite a lot. So what we need to do is facilitate a rendezvous by adding a maneuver here. And what I'm going to be doing is putting a little bit of retrograde into that maneuver to bring my orbit down. Whoops, I can... Right, and that's going to try and... But what we're going to have to do is go around probably several orbits looking at this. So to figure out where we're going to be, this is predicting it for our current orbit. Now that I put a maneuver here, this is predicting it for our next orbit. And if I just move this kind of dummy maneuver that doesn't have any delta V in it forward, now it's showing what it's going to be like in the next orbit. And then on the next orbit after that, it's going to be here. And then I think if I go to the first maneuver, which is the one down here, and now start putting in some retrograde, yeah, I can start getting these close encounter indicators together. So I'm going to be doing a burn at our current PE, but then going around a few orbits. There's our closest approach right there, 15.5 kilometers. I hope you can see that. 1.8, we're going to dial this down. 1.6, 5.2, really dial that down. 0.2 might be it. That's fine, 0.2. I'm happy with 0.2. So, got this little 31 meter per second burn. That's going to put us into this purple orbit, and then after a few orbits, we should be coming in nice and close. So let's go down and do that. This is, again, very tiny burn. Can I lower the music down? It drowns out. Yeah, the music's too loud. Are people find the music too loud? Okay, just give me a moment. I can play with that. Whoops. It's retrograde. Everybody's a little different when it comes to that, and it really depends a lot on kind of how your sound is being produced. Like right now, I find with my headphones it's fine, but I know if I wear earbuds it's very different, and if I listen to it with speakers it's very different. All of that sounds very different. So I always find it really hard to judge. But I can definitely do that in just a sec. Right now I'm more worried about this burn. And this is a 7-second burn, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start 7 seconds early and go to halfway. That's what I like to do with the shorter burns like that. Okay, that should be pretty close. All right, so let's see. Now, one thing I did learn is if I go into, this is with the OBS and how it works. If I go into the settings and start playing with these things, I find it doesn't do that much. What's better is for me to get into my OBS settings and just turn the game sound down, but I can do that. Can't tell if that's better or not. Hopefully it's a little better. Let's see. So there's my prediction, 0.8 kilometer separation, but it's going to be a few orbits in the future here. What I can do is I can delete, for those of you that might not have understood what I was doing before, this should make it pretty clear. So here's us. Here's the station. Center it on here. So with each time we come around here, we should see those close encounter indicators become closer. So here we go. Now on the next orbit, this is going to be how far apart we're going to be. So we're station slowly catching up to us. Oh, there we go. So it's going to be on the next pass there. But I love the ability to put in that second maneuver, that dummy maneuver. That really helps with this. Okay, I should probably switch this to target mode. About 8 minutes away from our target. Oh, I haven't even been paying attention to... Still 5 days away on the other one, so we're going to get these folks to the surface and everything before this is all said and done. Okay, let's see if we can close this distance a little bit. It's right now 775. I don't even know exactly where the station is, so start by burning this way, see if that brings the distance down. If it does, then we'll keep doing that. Yep, actually I'm going to use RCS for goodness sakes. That hardly... $264 meters. There's a bit of guesswork. Nope, that's making it worse. If you're making it worse, stop what you're doing, let yourself get closer. I got a feeling I got to hit F4 here. There it is. There's the station. All right. Maybe a little this way. Yep, that's bringing it down. I got lots of monopropellant. I don't need to worry. I actually had a recent discussion on my... Oh, that's making it worse. A recent discussion on my Discord on when you're approaching a target, what do they do? And a couple of people suggested, and there's nothing wrong with this, but you know, you look at your distance to the target. So for instance here, about 4 kilometers, and then you make your relative speed to your target at least a tenth of that. Right now my relative speed to the target is 70 meters per second, so a tenth of 4 kilometers is 400 meters per second, so I'm clearly not coming in too fast. But what I like to do is I just like looking at the time to intercept. I'm 30 seconds away, time to do something about it. I can see now I gotta burn this way. Close that distance. I want to make sure I'm capable of stopping that time from going down. See, and I'm just going to keep it around where it is. Whoa, we're coming actually... Oh, shoot, 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 shoot. More thrust. Okay. Too much talking and not enough... Where'd it go? Kind of blew by a little bit, but not by much. I didn't realize how low my thrust was. There it is. So I was playing it a little bit too fine. There we go. Okay, we got to find a spot to dock here, don't we? There's our ride back. So the station's pretty puny now that I'm looking at it. Oh, there's our docking port. I can see it over here. This is a sad station. Why won't it let me click on that? There we go. Set that as a target. Control from here. Spin around. And I can see here I need to be, what, to the north of it? Nope, to the south. This way. I do have a mod for helping me line up docking ports called Navball Docking Alignment Indicator. It puts just this little red target on there. And when you put it on the little red target, that means your docking ports are now in the same plane. Kind of approaching pretty slow. See if I can, not that way, that way. And that way. Okay, that should do her. And then this should have a toggle torque option. I always like to, yeah, right down there. I don't think I have any additional reaction. Oh, there's some in that probe body for sure. Toggle that torque right now. Oh, they were off all that time. Okay, never mind. That one. Okie doke. Yes, Waterfall is definitely installed. And also Rocket's Sound Enhancement, I think it's called. It's this RSE, Rocket Sound Enhancement. So it changes the motor sounds, including the sounds of the RCS blocks. Yeah, this is my low-tech. Oh, I have 2 Cerberus docked here. I just noticed that. Okay, there we go. Toggle that torque. Yeah, I might just deorbit this whole thing. I don't see a reason to hang on to any of this. A little bit. Oh, there's quite a lot of fuel still left in it that I've been using to refuel these guys. Okay, but anyway, we are going to be transferring Kerbals. So transfer crew to Born and Fuzzy One, and I gotta keep a scientist. Okay, both of the other 2 are scientists, so Lemmet and Cabot here is going to make sure to grab all the science. So, oh, we're blocked by a hatch? There's a hatch blocking something? Okay. I get. Oh, probably I have to that's how it works here. I forgot. When you use that, you have to transfer to there, and now I should be able to. You can't get out of this little crew cabin. Okay, so we're going to grab whatever science we have here. 14 sciences. And we'll get up here the old-fashioned way. This is the Apollo, I can see I called it. Not that it has much resemblance to the Apollo, but that's what I did. Okay, aboard. Alright, science is aboard. Where are we? It is going to be time. Oh, probably can we'll get them down to the KSC. Oh, might. Oh, actually, now might be a good time to disembark. I'd always like to start my burn around here. Yeah, let's disembark. Undock. So yes, on RCS back away. I'm assuming I got lots of fuel. Not much, but we just have to get down to... Let's activate this engine. 91 meters per second. Oh well, we don't need much. There should be reaction wheels tucked in here somewhere. Okay, there's this. Is that all I put on here was a probe body? It might be. I do not see you moving. Let's try that again. Toggle torque. Oh, reaction wheels are disabled. Toggle torque. There it goes. There it goes. And so what I like to do with my descents... Sorry, we got... let's get engineer... Oh. Don't know why... I have that yellow line. Whatever. I like to start my descents always around the same place, and right there's the Woomerang launch site, so I'm going to, for whatever, I just like being underneath the Woomerang launch site. And then we're going to use the Trajectories mod again. And we're going to point ourselves retrograde, we're going to give ourselves a little bit of fuel. And we're going to try and put ourselves down in the ocean. So this is going to be largely happening overnight, unfortunately. There we go. You can see this nice big red cross. That feels pretty good. Now it's not accurate because we'll be ditching this whole service module bit in just a bit, but I'm sure it's good enough. Do you talk about Kerbal KSA, which for those that don't know is Kitten Space Agency? I think the vibes are very good for Kitten Space Agency. I know nothing about it other than what you might be gathering yourself. But I'm very much pleased with the knowledge that they are building it from the ground up with their very own game engine and making sure that all of that orbital mechanic-y stuff works and the planets work before they get into the gameplay part of it. So they've not yet built a game, they've just built this kind of simulator. But starting from the ground up, I think, is the way to go. Okay, so... Man, it's been a long time since I've used this thing, so I hope it works okay. We are almost in the atmosphere. I don't know why it's highlighting green like that. Okay, so we'll stage. There we go. And I am pretty sure I have no... No, I have no... Did I hide reaction wheels in here? That would have been smart. It's been so long since I built this that I don't know if... I was a smart boy. Look at that. They're disabled right now, so if I talk... Oh my gosh! I hid a set of reaction wheels in there like I was... Knew what I was doing. Alright, now we're really going to see those reentry effects get to play on this, which is going to be fun, I think. Yeah, I'm very excited for Kitten Space Agency. It's going to be a long time. I mean, they're doing it right, which means it's going to take time. I mean, hopefully they're doing it right. And then we'll see what we get. Okay, I want watch this guy. We should get some nice fun happening with him. Our parachutes are armed. They are. Time warp a little more. I'm going to take off the F4. I don't want the... Hitting F4 takes those waypoints on and off. I just want to lose them. I don't want anything color in my view. Okay, we're getting a little bit of a glow here. I have lost sight of my service module, though. There it is. Way up here. We should still see something. I hyped this all up. It best show me something. I can. There's a bit of twinkling up there, but not much of a show, is there? Well, we've yet to get the reentry effects here, so maybe I still gotta wait. We're getting the Firefly effects, but not the reentry ones. There, now we're there we go. Lovely little comet up there. That's what makes the reentry effects fun, is watching that. That looks great from a distance. That looks wonderful. I definitely agree. What is that? Mayabura? Sorry if I just butchered that. Oh, I lost it. It must have unrendered. I definitely agree with on the SSTO idea. Definitely thinking SSTOs are a good one. Okay, where is my space center? I don't even know. KSC. Oh, we pushed it. Yeah, there it is back there. We're missing it by a little bit. Oh, there it is. 190, well, almost 200 kilometers. In the dark, but lots of blinky lights coming through the clouds. And I can see water below. I don't know if you can see it. It's not bad. Turn that off. All right. It's been a long, winding road for the... not too winding, just going around the moon over and over and over and over again. While my other crew went to Eve and Gillian came back. Oh, stupid. I hate that. Oh, well, whatever. Let's recover this. Hide that. I definitely use planes and SSTOs for sure. In fact, I do have an SSTO for the, my other crew. They'll be coming down with an SSTO. Okay, there we go. So, 3.8 million, almost 3.9 million curb bucks, 9,000 science here. Like I said, once I get everybody down, it's gonna be a spending palooza, an upgrade palooza. But right now, I think it's time to get to the other ship. Come on. Why don't you go to the tracking station? What are you doing to me? I can't go in a building. Oh, don't do this. Ah. Cancel. I can't quick save. Go away. Resume. I know sometimes you can get but maybe that's the problem, that I don't see the building symbols over on the side. Okay, I'm going to save the game. You can do these like hard saves like that. And I guess I'll just go to the main menu and come back. Hopefully that'll resolve itself. Not sure what's happening there. Okay, resume game. This is my hardcore career. Hopefully I don't need to restart the whole game. That is not what I want to do. Though I suppose it's not the first time. Oh, no, I think I'm good. There we go. Won't be the first time I've had to do a hard restart. Okay, flying the Ares. Oh, hello. I'm not going to say the name. I don't know if I'm comfortable with that. But I do appreciate it. All right. There we go. So this, for those people that haven't been watching may have missed the last few streams, this is the Ares. It has gone to Eve, did not land on Eve, but it orbited Eve, then went to Gilly, orbited Gilly for a while. We had a lander that we left behind, got down to the surface of Gilly. It has been cranking through the science data here. Our scientists have been working hard, generating science. There's still quite a lot of science data I could continue to process. How much? Oh, there's not much science. Is there more data worth processing? Might not be. I think I might just bring this stuff all down. That might be my better plan. Because I think these folks are going to be done soon. Okay. But they are high above Kerbal, and we're 5 days away from an itsy bitsy little burn. Holy jeez, let's turn that thrust limiter down. To change their inclination so that they can rendezvous with their space plane. So let's get that going. They have done just one aerobraking pass, and that was just to be able to get the capture. Oh, how's my science doing? Science is doing okay. Alright, I was a little bit worried I only have these two little solar panels. I had to take off, I used Build to take off 2 or 4 of the 6 solar panels that this thing had on it because I was too dumb to put on the ones that you can retract. So I have to actually get Build to take them off before we go through the atmosphere, or they're going to end up getting broken. Unless this thing is not researching. Is that possible? Ah, it's not researching. Okay, Bill, get out there and fix things. Ah, that was dumb. That's why there's not much science to collect. So, here, we'll just put those some solar panels back on. Bill, get some work done. Not like this takes long. And then we'll have to take them off again. Oops. Putting them right on the windows. Extend. 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 I was just about to say, because I knew that the this takes quite a lot of electricity to work the lab. You need all these solar panels. There we go. Okay, we got to burn. Let's do it. And what's lovely is all of these folks are now level 4s, and Valentina can now like lock to maneuver nodes and all of that kind of groovy stuff. All right, let's do it. Well, I think my periapsis just dipped into Kerbal. It did. That's why you got the camera change. Coming back out. Okay, let's see how we look now relative to our target. There is our AN. I think I overcooked it just a little bit, so I'm going to use RCS to... Oh, this thing has no RCS. Ah, silly Billy. Okay, we got to flip around then. I forgot. I got no RCS on this thing. There we go. That's good enough. Okay, I think we're getting some good solar exposure there. Might just leave it this way. All right, we are 7 days from the atmosphere, so let's start time warping. We'll just keep a close look on that. Kerbal can sneak up on you. It's like a freight train. So don't watch Kerbal, watch my time too. Or here. Time to atmosphere. 4 days. 3 days. 2 days. 1 day, slowing down. Now I'm probably getting some science in here. Yes. Jeepers. Oh, I know why I turned off the science, because I took off the solar panels at one point, didn't I? Oh, what is my periapsis? 47. Okay. Should have probably looked at that. Probably should have. If that periapsis was actually really low, I would have been in trouble. I didn't even look. I didn't even look at this periapsis, but it's 47 kilometers, which is going to be fine. But ooh, that would have been a scary thing to realize right now. Alright, so now we are going to shut the lab down. And Bill's got to get back out there and stow away these solar panels again. Because somebody in the VAB forgot to put on the retractable ones. That person shall remain nameless. Back aboard, Bill. Get where it's safe. How did Jeb die? I was trying to follow Veos' example. And if you don't know Veos, you should check his channel out. But he builds wonderful, wonderful SSTOs. When it comes to a design thing, he's better. Yeah. And so I tried to emulate one of his really early low-tech SSTOs to do tourist contracts, and pretty soon thereafter killed Jeb and killed the tourists aboard. And from then on I said, I'm going to be playing it more safely. So I stopped it with these low-tech SSTO things. It was very early in the game. Okay, we are about to take the plunge. And again, we can turn on trajectories here. Oh, it is predicting. There's our predicted orbit after this. And then the predicted orbit after that. And maybe I should pay attention to what's going on here. Okay, and again, we do have the whole effect thing happening there. Okay, 15 seconds to periapsis. 10 seconds, little bit of a heat warning on the motor, but that's okay. And we are now on our way back up. It's funny to think that this stuff here is stock, and the developers chose to remove it. And it's like, why would you do that? Look at that. Looks great. You know what? I don't think I am. I'll keep an eye on electric charge, but I'm looking now at my orbital period's down to under 4 hours. So I'm thinking I might not put those solar panels back up, and I might not. Here, actually, I know what I'm going to do. Get Bill out. I'll put up a little bit of solar. Sorry, I have to put it in construction mode. There we go. And we'll transmit what science we have. And then we're going to call it a day for the lab. We'll transmit this 172.5. Oh, wait, no, sorry. There's only 30.5 science. And then we'll leave this data on here to be processed another day. Not much of it's going to get... It's only... creating 3.7 science a day. And we should have this all over before day's over, so all we're gonna do, get into the sun and transmit that science that's there, and the rest of it will take back down. Okay, what does Trajectories is still predicting a nice orbit for us after this, so we'll ride this around and do this again. Sorry, I'm not sure what you mean. How do you unlock it back? Is there a setting? I'm not quite sure what that's in reference to. Sometimes I'd see the comments and they're a little bit slow. Oh, the stock entry things. It is a mod that does that, but all the mod does is unlock it, and it's called Reentry Particle Effects. I think it's called actually Reentry Particle Effects Renewed or something like that. There we go. Okay, we're gonna get Bill out one last time. It's the last time you're gonna have to do this. He's gonna board. And who knows, like, there's still some science data on here that unfortunately I can't bring down to the surface. It doesn't do me any good. Like, this could become maybe a basis for a future space station, just leaving it in orbit. I don't know. Not sure what I'm going to do with it. Then again, it doesn't really come apart. Like, I can't take this module off. I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do. Maybe just kiss that science data goodbye. Not sure. What planet? It's just asking the chat in general, but I'll answer it as well. From Stormworks guy is playing KSB in career mode, been to Minmus and the moon, and now what planet should I go to first? The easiest planet to get to, not land, but just get to it. Actually, it's even easier. It's relatively easy to land. Just getting off of it again is the problem. Is Eve. It's easy, big target, relatively low delta V to get to. So Eve is a great target if you just want to go somewhere, get into orbit, collect a bunch of science, and then hightail it back. If you're up for it, and this is what I was doing a couple of streams before this one, you can land on Gilly. It's not expensive, but Gilly itself is kind of a pain. I ran into some stuff that was a pain about it. So some people don't like Gilly for that reason. It also can be a tough thing to rendezvous with because it's in this inclined elliptical orbit and it's a pretty small target. So if you do want to do things the cheapest way and want to go somewhere else, Duna is an obvious target. And I think Ike is an underrated target there too. Nice, great big moon around Duna. So, and that's much more standard thing to land on and take off from and all that kind of stuff. So that would be, I think, a good. And then there's always Jules moons. To be honest, once you're kind of going interplanetary, it's not that big a deal to go. Just looking at this again. Okay, there's my next prediction. I'm just going to let it go around. Like, I don't find Duna that much harder than Eve. I don't find Jewel that much harder than Duna. And Jewel has lots of fun moons to go to as well. So, I don't know. That's why I actually spend most of my time... Whoops. I'm still in physics warp. I spend so much of my time just in the Kerbal system because... I don't know. I don't find it that much of a challenge, I guess. So I might as well just stick around here. So Sort of like once you do 1 or 2 interplanet, other than some exceptions like trying to get back from landing on Eve, that's really challenging. Tylo is a nice challenging moon because it's got no atmosphere and heavy gravity. But other than those sort of exceptions, all the rest of it, the challenge is more or less the same. At least that's my experience. All right, here we go. Hopefully, maybe one more of these after this. Let's let that lock onto retrograde. I don't have any solar generation going, but I got a lot of batteries, so I'm hoping these batteries will hold out. If not, we'll put the solar panels back out again. So again, this is our prediction for our next orbit, and actually for the orbit after that, I can see that it's predicting a crash. So we'll do one more after this one, and then that'll be the last one. I'm really kind of inclined just to deorbit this thing too. I don't know. Just watch the fireworks. And kind of start fresh, build fresh news. Part of it also has to do with the contracts I have. I should look, I do have some active contracts. I've got this detect 3 comets with the Sentinel infrared telescope. And it's detected none. And I don't know if something's just weird. And this I put into orbit before I headed out to Eve. So I went all the way to Eve, came all the way back. It was like a couple of, yeah, you can see it here. This has been a 2-year mission and has detected 0 comets. So I'm not sure what's going on with that. Oh, I still got the Explore Gilly I got to still return from orbit. Oh, wait a minute. Why has it gone white? This thing has definitely been in orbit of Gilly. Oh no, I just got to return. The orbit Gilly is green. I'm good. Okay. Don't worry. Return. Oh, do I have to bring this thing down to the surface for this? Oh, frick. That's the worst. I really hate... I wish these contracts followed your Kerbals rather than followed... Ah! So I think to do this legitimately, I have to bring this down to the surface. I got some ideas, but I'll leave that for now. But I also have all of these Oh! Recover module yada 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 from the surface of the moon. That's another contract. So I do have some contracts still kicking around. I don't know what to do with this Comet one, though. It's kind of bugging me. How much of it has to get to the surface? Probably the core part, which might be this cupola module. I could send up some Kerbals, put a pile of parachutes on it, don't put any Kerbals in it, and just deorbit the thing. I bet you I could do it. I bet you I could. And that is a possibility. Just come up with a bunch of radial parachutes. Oh, wait, whoa, 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 be careful. I'm going to crash on my neck. I got to get to apoapsis and pull my periapsis out of the atmosphere, or a little higher. Because I really like building kind of command vessels like this, and then, you know, have an SSTO or something that brings the Kerbals up to this, and then this flies off, does its missions, and then an SSTO brings the Kerbals back. But the game really punishes you for that. Alright, about 15 seconds from apoapsis. So all I want to do is, again, just give a little bit of throttle. and have it so that the prediction from trajectories is not a crash. Because crashing would be bad. About there. That feels good. Why the eccentric orbit? What? Why am I in this eccentric orbit right now? Because I was coming back from Eve. So I'm slowly bringing it down to a circle. I didn't put, well, I mean, I guess I put it in this orbit, but I didn't launch it into this orbit. It was coming back from Eve and was doing some aerobraking. With each pass, I'm making it slightly less eccentric. So, I don't know. We'll decide. I could always hit Alt F12 and just give myself the contract anyway if I feel a contract's unfair. I think I might come up with some Kerbals. Just put radial parachutes around the top of this and just bring it down. To be honest, I think I also have so much money I shouldn't be... I think I got a lot of money. We'll see. Maybe I shouldn't worry too much about contracts anymore. Okay. This is going to be our last aerobraking maneuver. Bring us down into this white orbit here. And then we're going to be rendezvousing with our little low-tech space plane. This whole process takes longer than you always think it's going to. Yeah, whenever I come back from interplanetary ventures, regardless of where I come from, I mean, I've come in from Elu and I've come in from Moho and done aerobraking. Kerbal works really well for that. Without really getting too much into heat shield protections or anything like that. Just kind of doing what I'm doing here. Yeah, maybe I'll name the station the Jebediah. Jebediah Memorial Station. Alright, here we go. So, what I need to do next, we're back out of the atmosphere. If I went around one more time, we're going to crash, so I'm not going to do that. Instead, we're going to put a maneuver right about here. And this is the same thing you saw me just do with the Cerberus and the space station. Is we're just bringing our orbit up. What is this periapsis? Oh, wow. Periapsis of the plane. It's only in a 90-kilometer orbit, so it's not too high. Just like so. Think? Yeah. I don't know why I'm seeing two encounter indicators. Let's get it down. There we go. Let's get down to just one encounter indicator. That feels about right. All right, so 36 meter per second burn coming up. I can give myself a little bit more juice there. Still lots of battery power left. And I gotta remember to grab the science that's in here. No forgetting that science. Okay, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. Fortunately, the exhaust plumes are a little messed up. Okay, that probably should be pretty good. And yeah, then it's the same process as what we just did. Maneuver down here. This maneuver is going to be a retrograde maneuver, bringing this down a little bit. But we're actually missing by very little. Maybe I can do it on this pass. Like here's the closest approach indicators are pretty close. Now notice as I'm pulling this that this guy's not moving. That's always an indication that you're not quite past the first maneuver. So just go up 1 second at a time until you see them move. There we go. Oh, I think we're just missing. Do it this way. No, maybe not. Oh, I'm not sure if I can do it. Oh! We can't. We're gonna... Oh, gosh. This is the worst case scenario. So, unfortunately, we just missed. We just missed our opportunity. So what we're going to do... I mean, unless I can manhandle it here, I have a lot of fuel. Let me think. We are already coming in within 147 kilometers. Can I kind of... I'm just making this up now. Nope, that's making it worse. Radially in. I might be able to kind of... No, I'm going into the atmosphere when I do that. Okay, forget it. Okay, we'll be patient. Same thing then. We're going to have to go around a bunch of orbits. So, going to that second maneuver. I'm on the second one. Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, go back to the first one. Just the first one till we're... I don't know if you can see the number. 9, 8, 2 kilometer closest approach. 0.2. 0.1 kilometer closest approach right there. So we got this teeny, itsy bitsy, tiny. You think I can definitely force that encounter? I don't know. I'm not as confident as you. We'll do it right. It won't take too long. Oh, this is a tiny little burn. Valentina's too cautious for that. Just going, no, we've been in space for over 2 years. We can wait a few orbits to get back. We're not in that much of a rush. Okay, and we'll go to half throttle. Yeah, this is costing me very little fuel too. But then again, I don't know, there's still 800 meters per second left in this thing, so it's not like I'm hurting. Okay, so we can see this encounter coming up in 3 hours. It's not so bad. Can do. Move that to there. Go to here. Which way are we going? This way? And then just warp to this dummy maneuver. That wasn't so bad. Okay, we got our closest approach of 528 meters coming up in about 6 minutes. Maybe give myself a little bit of throttle here. Now this thing has no RCS on it, but the space plane does. However, I don't remember if I put a probe core on that space plane or not. So we might have to EVA Valentina over to take control. We'll see. Whoa, whoa, that's making it worse when I burn that way. Gotta actually push it the other way. Yep. I think I overcooked it a bit. There, 132 meter separation. Probably F4 again. Where? Oh, there it is down here. I'll try and make this rendezvous a little less exciting than the previous one. It definitely came in a little too quick. Just gonna try and bring that down a little. Oh, that makes it worse again. So I think I have to push this way. Yep. Nope, not by my. Okay, never mind. We'll get closer. Feels like I'm coming in super fast. What is going on here? This can't be right. Something's lying to me. No. Now something just feels weird. Maybe not. Okay, throttle up. I want to keep that time from going down. More on the thrust limiter. I'm doing it again. Oh my gosh. I'm still 2 kilometers away from it. I don't understand what... I'm very confused. I think these numbers were messed up. Or something. I'm just going to kind of burn at it now. I don't think those numbers were right. Now the numbers seem to be making more sense, but I don't think they were right before. What I know. Now it's heading in the right direction. Get ourselves closer. But I don't think I got to the point where I even passed it, did I? I don't think so. Yet this time was like going... I don't know. I'm very confused. It might have been showing... I don't know. I'm not even going to speculate anymore. Just going to do what I should be doing, which is just dialing this in. Now I don't need all that thrust that I had before. Well, I'm starting to see the space plane. That is our ride. I think I might be doing a little bit... I'm going to spin this around so the docking port's pointing right at it. Ah, shoot. It's too bad it's so dark, too. Oh, I don't have RCS. I keep forgetting that. Put on RCS and I was pushing H going, why isn't it slowing down? It's like, oh yeah, I don't have RCS, you dope. Okay, so let's spin this around. I'm just going to point the dot. Now we're going to find out whether there's a probe body aboard that plane or not. Oh, I can actually lock it onto that. Look at that. There we go. Alright, Mr. Plane. Can I control you? Doesn't look like it. I need to get a Kerbal aboard. Okay, Valentina! Valentina! Should always put probe cores on these things. I don't know why. Sometimes I forget. I got in trouble with the lander a couple of streams ago because of that. Can I board? Oh my god, I think I can. The elevator's is in the way. There, I'm in. She's in. Okay, control from here. Oh, I have no toggle on the reaction wheels. There we go. And set that as a target. There we are. There we are. There we are. There we are. Oh, wait, I can't dock with that. This is a 1.625 meter docking port. I got to dock. Set that as a target. Ah, dear, oh dear, oh dear. Okay. I got to dock here. I forgot. So the whole pointing it at it, I pointed the wrong thing at it. Oops, I hit M instead of N. There we go. Up, up, up to get away from there. Okay, okay, we're under control now. Yeah, for those people used to my tutorials, this is all the stuff I cut out. Okay, I think I need to go a little sideways here. Which way is that one? This way. There we go. A little that way. A little that way. A little that way. Probably a little bit this way. Yep. Oh, I can see the target icon coming up on the Navball. You want to make a line here. See that? Retrogrades here, targets here. We're in the middle. That tells you. But a little more this way. That tells you you're going in the right direction. But we got Valentina at the helm. We know what we're doing. She's got this. And yet, still lots of monopropellant aboard. Not a lot of liquid fuel and oxidizer, but all it's got to do is deorbit, right? In fact, I just need to activate one of these engines. 273 meters per second on here. That's plenty. Plenty. And it fit in here before, so it'll fit in here again. Very low-tech spaceplane, by the way. Like, all they are 3 of those Reliant engines, those low-tier Reliant engines. So you can build this pretty early on in your games if you wanted to. it takes off vertically. Boop, there we go. Let's just quickly toggle this torque and toggle these torques just so that we don't have reaction wheel fights. Okay, so we should be able to. I'm going to move. How am I going to do this? I know how I'll do it. There's enough seats. Oh yeah, there's 2 of those crew cabins. Okay, we'll just transfer people. So Bill's next. Going to here. And then our scientists. And I can't forget the science. So we'll have to EVA Dr. Jekyll. Take all that data. Let go. And we're going to have to store this data. Get in there. And he can't get in this cockpit because Valentina's in this seat. So rather than moving Valentina, which would be one solution, all I'm going to do is I'm going to put him back inside here. And then we'll transfer him. Oh, I hit transmit. Transfer crew. There we go. Right in there. Okay, so that should be good. And they all should have parachutes. I want to make sure of that. I think I'm good. You could transfer fuel to the SSTO. No, I got tons of fuel in the SSTO. That's not going to be a problem. So in fact, too much fuel makes it too heavy. We don't have far to go. Okay, so our target is going to be the Kerbal Space Center. And again, we're coming pretty close. This is where I like to start my descent. And we're going to again use trajectories to help us out. So first of all, we're going to undock. Am I on the... Yep. Back away. And... Oh, wait. That's because it's controlling from the docking port. Let's control from here. It's like, the Navball looks really weird. You're like, yeah, control from there. There we go. That looks much better. Sun's about to come up. Oops. That way. Just want to get myself away from the station. There's still science in the cupola module, is there? Oh dear, oh dear. That's best to be checked, isn't it? I didn't think there was. There is! Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh. Oh wait, I gotta EVA. Oh, this is gonna get messy. I have to EVA Valentina. She can't, it's obstructed. No! Okay, we gotta redock. Shoot. Oh, what a pain. Valentina can't even EVA because of this poor design. Thanks for pointing that out, though. We gotta go back. I thought I would have had the foresight to put all of the science into one place, but clearly that is not the case. Thankfully, we didn't get too far away. Okay. Yeah, I can't even EVA people out of this craft. Who was it that spot that? Adam, thank you very much. Oh no, that was the... Oh, it was Gek. Gek who caught that. Probably a lot of science. There's... Oh, I can't do it from here. Oh, shoot. Hit M instead of N. That's because my fingers are not in the right spot in the keyboard. That... Okay, dock. There we go. Okay, Roland. Transfer Roland over to the cupola. EVA Roland. Grab that science. 21 science in there. Oh my gosh, that was not trivial, was it? Is there anything else? I'm just looking for the, you know, it says store science. It's fine. Okay, that's it. Store those experiments. Now I gotta get back aboard. Okay, let's try this again. Undock. Okay, where's that control from here? Control from here. Slap that onto retrograde. I got me a feeling I'm coming close to where I want to start my descent. Yeah, let's start this. So I'm going to open up trajectories really quick. There we go. So you can target the KSC. Your descent is going to be in a prograde direction this time. We're going to probably enter the atmosphere at about, here, I'm just going to put the numbers in, about 45, get down to about 30, and then for the low parts and landing, do it about 10. Okay, am I going to clear the station if I hit? I am. So let's just get going. So there's my target, that green cross. So just once this gets into the atmosphere, here it comes. Trajectories takes a lot of the guesswork out of this, which is sweet. It's going to be a bit steeper maybe than I'm used to, but I don't think that'll be a problem. Okay, I'm going to put this here, look at the target, get rid of that. Orient this onto here. Getting down. Okay. Whew. Yeah, I know. This is a very badly designed craft. The hatch is blocked by this. But I always figured, like, these folks will never EVA out of this thing. But, you know, whatever. Sometimes I build these things pretty quickly. Okay, we're coming in. We are coming in. And this... No, I'm pretty sure I've descended this once before. Pretty sure. I certainly hope so. Let's retract the solar panel. Because I think the first time I flew this thing, I'm pretty sure I just had like Val or someone just go up into orbit and you know, go into orbit, come back down just to make sure everything was working. Okay, so according to this target distance, I think this is telling me I'm landing west of the target, or is the target going to be west of where I land? I always get that backwards. So I'm not 100% sure if I'm overshooting or undershooting. I got a feeling I'm overshooting, so I'm pitched up. The little green box here is what I entered in when I put in these descent settings. But I think I'm coming in a little bit too steep. So I'm pitched up, or I'm overshooting a bit. So I'm pitched up a little higher, and I'm just going to watch this number here. See, it's starting to come down. So this steeper than what I put in ascent is going to bring this on. Bring this number down. I'm also coming to the south. I think that means I need to pitch a little more this way. Yep, that's bringing this number down. Okay, cool. And it's nice to do this up really high in the atmosphere and kind of dial these numbers in before stuff gets really scary. Speaking of scary, actually, another thing I should be doing is taking these 2 fuel tanks Oh, there's no fuel in that one. No fuel in that one. No fuel in that. Oh, I've already done it, I think. Okay. So the fuel's already pushed forward as far as it'll go. Okay, that's cool. Okay, how am I doing here? Oh, I did that for too long. So now I got pitched down. Now I'm undershooting. Getting very close to the right south-north thing. There, that's pretty good there. So now I should be able to just keep it on the green square. And it should be very, very close to right. But I'll tweak it as I go. Nope, that's the wrong way. Go this way. There we go. It's like you got to pull that red one onto the green, I think is what it is. I'm looking at the Navball, by the way. Okay, here we go. We're getting some effects going now. I can get rid of these. I think I'm good. Put that there. Electricity is good, so I should have plenty of electricity for my reaction wheels. It's probably toggled torque on this too, right? Yep. Every little bit counts. And it's really wanting to pitch forward here. I'm going to bring those tanks back up again. I think it's actually the weight's a little bit too much forward. I'm going to grab this back tank. And we're going to pump everything into here. Try and balance things a little bit. Not sure where I have the monoprop stowed away. Back down. Probably just in the cockpit. Yeah, that's just a nose cone. So I'm just pumping fuel back and forth to try and get... I want the center of mass balanced with the center of lift so I can hold my attitude. And you can tell because it wants to pitch forward. Actually, it's pretty good. Now that I'm looking at it. That's why I have this here so I can watch this and see how hard it has to work. But actually, it's pretty balanced right now. I've actually got my hands away from the keyboard. That's actually looking okay. It's okay. You're doing great, Val. Doing super duper. See, I got to come a little northwards. Oh, I also have Waypoint Manager. I can put on the KSC like that so it can actually have a waypoint to aim at. Now I'm undershooting again. Now it's concentration time. It feels like I'm dramatically undershooting, to be honest, but maybe I'm not. Like, we're not... It's still over the horizon, the KSC. Nice thunderclouds over there. Come on. Stay on target. Okay, I'm trusting you. I'm trusting you, trajectories, but I've like my brain's saying I'm undershooting. Like that I'm losing too much speed too quick. Wait, it's saying my distance to target. It's saying I'm only... I don't know what that is. Oh, maybe that's not... Okay. Maybe that's not what I should be worried about. Sorry, I thought for a second it was telling me I was only 1 kilometer from my target, but I don't think so. I think it's telling me I'm landing 1 kilometer from the target. Oh boy, it's taking concentration. Okay. Okay, got a waypoint now I can see. Okay, I'm starting to see the shores of the continent that the KSC is on. A little bit of side slipping here. Come on. Get back on. There we go. Ooh, you know what I should try this with, though it's a little late to change it now, but I do have that atmospheric autopilot mod. You know, I can, if I hit P. Oh, that was a mistake. Oh, I don't know what I just, okay. I just turned on the atmospheric autopilot and that went badly. Oh, my SAS is off. Ah, come back, come back, come back, come back. Come back. Come back. Okay, don't mess around with stuff mid-flight. It is really fighting me right now. What's my speed? Still at 1,000 meters per second. I can see the mountains starting to come up. According to this, I am seriously undershooting. So let's just park it a little bit above here. Oh, I could use that. That's not a bad idea. Let's give ourselves a little bit of thrust here. It says here I'm really undershooting. Sorry, I'm playing around with mods at the same time I'm doing this, and that's probably not smart. Okay. Now I'm overshooting. I am pitched up as hard as I can to try and give this a bit of a stall. So I was trying to use that mod here and use the standard fly-by-wire. Okay, now it seems fine. As opposed to the stock flight controls. Getting a nice sunset behind us. I could put on RCS and... Oh no, I don't have attitude control with the RCS, so that doesn't do anything. Okay, according to this, so I am overshooting. So what I'm doing... If it wants to fall forward so much, who am I to argue? So I'm just going to come down like this. There, that's better. Turn off trajectories. Doing this with our eyeballs now. Would angle of attack hole be better? Yeah, but I didn't want to get into fiddling with this GUI and stuff, but it might have been. The angle of attack. I kind of came up with that thought halfway through. To say, you know, you could just set what you want the angle of attack to be and just do it. Oh, we got ominous thunderstorm over there. And remember, normally at this point I'd be doing a quick save, but... Oh, it quick saved. Why did it quick save? I didn't think I could. Okay, maybe it won't let me revert. One of the two. Look at that sky behind us. That's stunning. Okay. Getting serious. I gotta keep my speed up now. $230, just dropped under 230 meters per second. I'm still a little worried I'm going to be short. I do have fuel. It's not doing much. Well, actually, it's the Reliant engine. The Reliant engine's not bad. For in the atmosphere. Oh, maybe I'm okay. God, all I hear is that thunderstorm back here. Okay. If anything, I might be coming a little quick now. Just giving it kind of a little wiggly waggly to kind of lead speed a little bit. All right. 120, just under 120 meters per second. 5 kilometers to that waypoint. Waypoint that actually is just more annoying than anything else now. There. Okay. Ooh. Just under 90 meters per second now. I don't know what that texture is that's moving across the surface. I think it has something to do with the wetness that volumetric clouds puts on from the thunder clouds. Looks a little weird. I think it's Deferred getting a little bit confused with the reflections. There, it's calmed down now. Okay, we're at 70 meters per second, under 70 meters per second. Very slow. Very slow. Got to level off. Put her down. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And brake. Piece of cake. Piece of cake. I was all stressed for no reason. All right. Ooh. See the lightning back there? Yeah, you can see the reflections. There's puddles and stuff on the runway right now. You can sort of see these reflections. Pretty cool. Okay, we are recovering. And as per usual, that took much longer than I thought it would. But it kind of leaves us with a blank slate going forward. I just want to get back to the KSC and see what my situation is. So there's a bunch of science that just came in. I now have over 10,000 science. I have 1.9 million curb bucks. We probably are going to want to take a look in here and see what kind of contracts are available. But, you know, and then try to decide what direction to take this next. I'm going to be able to get all kinds of new tech, but all of that is going to have to be for next week. So in the meantime, I want to thank everybody in the chat. Thank everybody watching this at a later date. Extra special thank you to the people that support this channel directly, either through Patreon or through YouTube membership. And also a special thank you to the people that participate indirectly and feed that algorithm through participating in the chat and leaving comments down below. Have yourself a fantastic week, and we'll see you all next Tuesday. Bye, everybody.